Ride, ride, my slaves, do what you must. Hello. Today I'm going to show you how having unlimited slaves in Star Wars Empire at War Forces of Corruption is a game-breaking strategy. I'm going to show you how you can get infinite units in space and a few other exploits that you have to stick around for towards the end of the video. If you're unfamiliar, this is Star Wars real-time strategy game that came out several years ago. It's good fun. So, setting up this exploit, we're going to be corrupting a few planets to try and gain access to slaves, and we're going to see that, and we have one planet we're going to actually want to capture as part of our setup, and that's Kamino. If you know anything about Kamino, that's where they've got the people with big long necks, and that's where they make the clones in the movies, which means that in this game you can buy ground troops, aka slaves, for $1 singular dollar. Perhaps the greatest deal known in the history of deals. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. And due to the fact that I've already conquered a good portion of the map here, just for the sake of this video, I might buy a few slaves through other means, but you could do this entirely on a budget. Slaves on a budget. So we're going to go ahead and just show off what a basic space battle is supposed to look like, and then we're going to break them. So here we go. This is a normal size fleet that you would have. I've got my, you can see kind of in the top left, 26 to 25. You can usually get right around there. So I got my units here. Doesn't look too like anything too impressive, but that's what the game gives you. And if some of these people die, free up space, you can get more units. Not a problem. So bringing our units in here, we can quickly start attacking their base and make quick work of the units they have here. And of course these ships are highly specialized. You see all these special weapons and missiles and all these things happening, and that's normal in this game, right? You're gonna take advantage of a few things here. So we went ahead and captured Kamino there, and you're gonna see, as I see here, ooh, Wookiees, just $1 for a Wookiee. So we're gonna go ahead and buy about 500 Wookiees, and I'm gonna see you in a second. Alrighty, perfect. So we've got all of our slaves in order here. We have our max amount of units in the bottom right. You can see 743 out of 743. We just filled it up with slaves. So we're gonna go ahead and combine them and send them in the battle. And you're gonna see something very interesting here, where it actually believes that slaves aren't people. If you don't believe me, you gotta see this. So we're gonna go into battle. You're gonna notice something very quickly. Even though we have ground transports here, what happens when we click our reinforcement button? 0 out of 25. So, you know what that means. Let's fill them up. Let's get crazy. Let's do it. And we have done it. All 500 slaves will spawn in the second that I hit the resume button. So, without further ado, let's hit it. Oh yes. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is not meant to happen. The game did not plan for this many units. 591 slaves in space. Oh my goodness. I sent the command. They're lagging out. They don't know what to do. Okay, here we go. So they're going off. They're going on their way. Ride, my friends. Ride, my slaves. Do what you must. Now keep in mind, I mean, I bought all these slaves at a premium here. I mean, some of them were just, a good third of them were just 1 credit, which is a steal for sure for all of this. See how dense we have all of these slaves. Okay, here we go. What do we got? Oh yes, the army. Glorious, glorious slaves. So we're gonna be able to go in here and just have them start attacking. Oh my goodness. See these slaves? How intense they get when they focus in on something. Oh, see, 1 slave went down there. Okay, that's alright. We got 590 still. That's perfect. They're focusing in. They're firing. Not quite reaching it yet. Let's get them a little bit closer. I mean, it's just ridiculous. This is insane. This is not what the game intends for you to do. I mean, this is glorious. This is beautiful. We can see, so just slaves. Maybe the strongest unit in the game. You didn't know it, but here they are. And now the most beautifully auto-generated shots that you can only find in an early 2000s game. Cinematic mode. Oh yes. Oh yes. Just these slaves. With nearly 600 units, what are they to do? What's a single bomber to do against this many transports? Together we're strong. Perfect. So there you go. There's my first little thing to show you off, right? This game wasn't prepared for this amount of slaves, amount of ships in combat. But you might think, oh, what, we just lost 1 slave. 1 singular slave. I mean, that's a valuable trade right there. Value. Good value. Perfect. So you might think, that's it. That's the only way the game's broken, right? Wrong again. So I've got another little thing to show you that seems to me only to happen when you have slaves again in combat, which makes them yet again prove their worth. So we're on Kashyyyk. I mean, this, if you know anything about Star Wars, this is where these Wookiees are from. These slaves that we've got. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna bring them all in. And we see here some ships have approached us. Go ahead and shoot them. See, Wookiees aren't maybe the most focused fire for anti-air. That's fine. Some other Wookiees, some Wookiees that aren't ours. That's okay. They just live here. We're sending in slaves. They're probably very unhappy with this. But these are ours. Oh, what's this? We've been defeated. Strange. Huh. We've been defeated, but we didn't lose anyone. They didn't lose anyone. What's happening here? So let's go ahead and go back in. And you'll see the gloriousness that is this exploit. So we'll go ahead and try and summon some units. Oh, we already have 11 out of 10. How strange. You might have noticed around the map, these are our Wookiees. Our slaves are for some reason around the map exactly where the enemy units have spawned in. So for some reason, this game has decided that slaves do not count as people. So if you fight with only slaves, you will automatically lose the battle. But they're not gone forever. actually get to have them as a surprise attack. So we'll go ahead and just put these in all around the map. See, this is great because usually you have to spawn in your people and then send them around, and you don't know where the enemies are and they know where you're at. So you're at a clear disadvantage when you're attacking. But now somehow we're attacking this planet, but we have the advantage. We get to surprise them. We've landed in all of the Navy SEALs, all the slaves. They're coming in hidden, and they're just getting to attack with reckless abandon. And you'll quickly see that we might take some losses, but we're gonna have a big impact here. Okay. Oh, so we've lost. You see the heavy losses they took here. I mean, we're taking down some structures, some units. So in fact, we're actually gonna keep losing infinitely with just slaves. So what we're gonna do here is just bring in a single unit that's not a slave. We're just bringing our little hero here. He kind of looks like a Wookiee, so he'll do. See, we still got our slaves on the board already, which is, of course, exactly what we want. And we've already destroyed a lot of their home native forces, so we'll just go ahead and send them right in to attack some structures. Why not? And as soon as we can here, as soon as one of our slaves dies, we'll go ahead and summon in our hero. So we'll go ahead and do that here in a second once we get our forces in motion here. So we'll get our hero. So this is what will negate us from actually losing here. And now we'll just be able to win as normal, so we'll just be able to, you know, at whatever the cost, just keep summoning in slaves. I mean, there's no way that the Empire here can outlast 500 squads of slaves. Which, maybe I'll do some quick math here on the screen. I'll show you how many slaves this actually is. Here it is. But, yeah, no way that this is possible. Right, so we just need to stay alive, just need to keep fighting. You can see this is obviously game breaking, right? Not only can slaves win every single space combat, but they can win every ground combat infinitely because you can sneak attack, you can spawn in exactly where they're at, attack them, first strike, maneuver, surprise attacks. You can win every encounter. So we'll go ahead and just win this out here. And okay, we've done it. Perfect. And you might think maybe this is the end of it. This is how strong slaves are. This is all you've got. But I've actually got a bonus exploit for you. So if you have 500 slaves, the auto-resolve in the game has no idea what to do with this. So let's see what will auto-resolve. We've won. We've done nothing. We just win. We can auto-resolve ground battle. We might lose like 200, but we win. So this is how you do it. This is how unlimited slaves can win you your campaigns. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and check out my other video here that showed how I can beat some of the hardest AIs in this game using some suspicious tactics yet again. And let me know down below what you think. And if you had a good time, consider following me. I'll be going game to game, breaking as many as possible, playing them exactly the way that I want. You can't tell me what to do.